A wide cross-section of business leaders, consultants and academics from across the UK gathered at the International School of London in Surrey to discuss the benefits of the International Baccalaureate.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's nice. Couple of those.
The event, hosted by the ISL Group and Families in Global Transition, looked at how the IB diploma prepares students not just for university, but also for life in the 21st century innovation economy.
These are some of the things that we hear from particularly UK universities. A lot of my work is involved in working with UK universities, but also in the US and elsewhere, why they like the IB and why, as a result, for example, in the UK, a lot of British schools have implemented the IB either alongside the existing A-level programme or in some cases instead of. The universities tell us, well, that they see students coming to them who are well-rounded, independent learners, good critical thinkers. They're impressed by the consistency and reliability of the grading, which, any of you who follow educational news in this country will know has been a bit of a topic for discussion in the last year or two. The IB's grades grade inflation is just not an issue in the IB. Okay, we have pretty consistent standards of performance. They single out the extended essay because they feel that as an activity prepares students really well for university level study. It's the sort of assessment, of course, that university study involves, isn't it? And they're happy that there is a balance in the IB between a breadth of study, all of those 6 subject areas, okay, and also the depth and rigour of the treatments.
The research shows that the following skills have particular relevance: social intelligence, novel and adaptive thinking, cross-cultural competency, and virtual collaboration. So I think that links into some of the messages I was hearing from Paul earlier about the skills and the learning that take place on the IB programs around the globe. The research looked at 10 key competencies that employers are looking for in the world of work. And again, I'm not going to dive into the particular list. I'm going to pick out a few key highlights that I think talk to the IB program. An ability to work collaboratively with teams of people from a range of backgrounds and countries. Excellent communication skills, both speaking and listening. An ability to embrace multiple perspectives and challenge thinking. And an ability to negotiate and influence clients across the globe from different cultures. And again, as we started to delve into the detail and look at the comparisons with IB, time and time again, we're finding some of the key skills and competencies are the focus of the IB programs.
I can tell you that in corporate, I just got this the other day, we spent quite a bit of money on making programs to develop our employees, to get them to this perfect employee, how we want them to be, how we want them to think, to take the company into the next few years so we can all be profitable. It's pretty much the same skills that's been echoed all morning. So it's very simple. I mean, we see a common thread here. When we say we're looking for someone well-rounded, we're looking for those critical thinkers. That's absolutely true. In school, you want to do well, you want to make straight A's in your math courses, your science courses, you want to do great. Go to college, do the same thing. You get into the world of work, how does that really translate? Now for me, looking for someone to come work for me, I do want someone who's done well academically, but I want someone who's done some community service. I want that person that's been on the sports team. I want someone who's worked with a barrage of people from different cultures because they're going to fit in better with us.
Having done recruitment for the hedge fund and everyone wanted to work for us, we were managing at one point about 100 billion euros. And every single applicant that we got had 4 A's or had 40 points for the International Baccalaureate, you name it, that's what we wanted. We wanted smart people. But that's pretty much as far as it got you. It didn't really get you any further than that. So I'd sit there, spend a whole day interviewing about 40 people. It's pretty intense. We put these candidates through hell, in all honesty. Like when I interviewed at Oxford and at Imperial and at Cambridge, it was sort of 3 days. It's quite intense. It's back-to-back interviews, technical skills, fit interviews, you name it, and they try and crack you. That's the point. And the people that consistently held the most were people who had a very diverse background. Who knows what you want to do when you're 15? I don't even know what I want. I'm in my 30s now. I don't even know what I want to do in my life. I know what I want to do next, but I don't know where I'm going to end up. I didn't back then. And if I was sort of like ring-fenced to do the A-level, and I didn't have a choice back then. My parents chose the International Baccalaureate because they wanted me to learn more than one language. But if I had the choice back then, I would have probably picked the sciences. And on the back of that, probably would not have ended up having the sort of holistic kind of background that I did to pass interviews.
This presentation on the merits of the International Baccalaureate and how it applies to today's global marketplace was held at the International School of London in Surrey.